Hello everyone, welcome back. First thing I have to say, please ignore my hair. I just got out of the shower. Second of all, I hope you're having an amazing day, an amazing week, and welcome to my plan with me for November 2018. I was going back through some of my past comments and I realized that a lot of you guys had been requesting that I do another digital plan with me where I do all of the drawing on my iPad. So per request, that is what we're doing today, and I'm really excited because I really enjoy making these. It's not really a whole lot different than when I plan out in my physical journal, but what is kind of cool is it gives you the opportunity to be able to go back in and rework things if you don't like the way something turns out. That's the really cool thing about digital planning. That being said, if you don't really enjoy videos where I'm working on my iPad, go ahead and click out of this video. But hopefully you guys will all learn something new from this video and at the very least enjoy watching it. So let's get started. In order to make this as bullet journal-y as I could, I decided to make all of the pages the actual size of my Leuchtturm journal, and I made each page, I think it's 5 3/4 by 7 1/4. So it is kind of an authentic bullet journal sized page. And then I also added in a dot grid background that I found on the internet. And a lot of you guys actually asked me in my last digital plan with me video where I find the dot grid backgrounds that I use. And honestly, I just Google dot grid PNG and then I just look for like the highest quality stock photo image that you can download for free. You can add that in as a layer. I'm going to be working on Procreate today. If you've seen any of my iPad digital planning videos before, you'll know that I basically exclusively use Procreate. The only reason for that being that Procreate is something that I discovered off of YouTube. It's really one of the only drawing apps that I've ever used and I really like the way it works. It's like $3 or $4 from the App Store. The cool thing about using Procreate is that I can make my pages and also go back in and use them for the entire month in the same app. Oh, I also wanted to say that I did end up making all of the pages that I create today available in my Etsy shop. If you're feeling lazy this month and you don't want to make your own, or if you happen to like what I make here today, I will have the link for that down below and I'll have the name on the screen here so you can see. I didn't end up numbering or dating any of the pages, so you can use these for any month of the year. Like normal, going into this, I didn't really have a theme or anything in mind. I kind of was scrolling through Pinterest looking for ideas and I stumbled upon these drawings of these really cool banners. So that's kind of what inspired my cover page. Kept it pretty simple, used some block lettering for the name of the month. Then I wanted some more contrast, so I went ahead and made the background black. And as I was going along, I was kind of trying to become inspired. I wanted there to be sort of a theme that carried throughout all of the pages that I made. And as I was sort of finishing up this cover page, it really reminded me of like the bark on a tree. And the banner was looking kind of whimsical. So somehow I put those two together and I came up with the theme of doing like a nature storybook. Never really done anything like this before, but you'll see that sort of a theme carry out through some of the pages that I made today. So once I finish the cover page, we are moving along to the monthly overview. This is actually one of 2 monthly overview pages I made for this month. For November, I decided to split it up into 4 different sections, and we have 2 weekly overviews and 2 monthly overviews, if that makes sense. So in this first one, we have room for the top 3 priorities of the month. I thought that was kind of a fun starter. Narrowing in what are your top 3 things that you want to focus on. And then as usual, room for tasks, events, and then a section for notes at the bottom. What I ended up doing is actually leaving most of the illustration and decoration part until the very end. I wanted to get all of the layouts of the pages completed first and then go back in and decorate after the fact.
Sailing onward to my
And then of course on the next page I wanted to make sure there was a blank calendar layout, the traditional calendar with the different boxes. This really helps if you're more visual. You can number the boxes and then write in the individual events you have on each day of the week, and it kind of gives you that month at a glance.
All my friends are still talking about drugs, saying feels like heaven come and feel like us.
I also left a space at the bottom of this page for a monthly review. So this is something where you would go in at the end of the month and ask yourself, what worked this month? What do I want to improve on? Stuff like that. As far as like color scheme and illustration for these pages go, I left them kind of blank on purpose. I thought it was kind of fun, since the theme was supposed to be kind of like a storybook, to leave it almost like a coloring page. So instead of adding color, I left it black and white. So, you can go in and throughout the month color it in as you please.
It never ends and they never know why they still wake up unsatisfied. We're all waking up unsatisfied. I wanna taste the honey. It feels like it's real, but I can't be sure.
Moving along to the weekly log, I incorporated a lot of trackers this month. There's space for a meal plan for each day of the week, a space to track your water intake, and then a workout plan. And then on the next page, I also included a habit tracker, so a lot of these can work together. You can create yourself a workout plan for the week, and then if you decide you want to track how many times a week you're working out, that kind of helps you stay accountable for your initial plans. And then again, I also just left a lot of space to write for each individual day. If you like to make daily to-do lists or daily schedules where you kind of plan out hour by hour what you're going to be doing, that can be really helpful. I've had a lot of days this week where it just feels like there's so much to do, and if you don't write it down, you're definitely going to forget something. So that's what I feel like having the big daily boxes within the bigger weekly spread really helps. So once I finished getting the layout completed, I was able to go back in and add a little bit more illustration and decoration to the pages, and I was so happy with how they started to come together. The brush I used in Procreate was actually the HB pencil, so it gives everything kind of that sketchier look, which I really like. You don't have to have perfectly straight lines at perfectly right angles. You can it just looks a little bit more hand-drawn. Oh yeah, I also wanted to ask you guys, I'm gonna have to get a new journal for next month because I ended up filling up my last pages of my Lois Germ at the end of October. So I wanted to see if you guys had any recommendations for journals. I know that Archer and Olive makes a really nice one. I know there are a few other brands that I haven't tried yet, but my main priority is finding one that has nice thick pages. So if you guys have any recommendations, please send me a message or leave it down in the comments, because I'm gonna have to order one in the next couple of weeks so I can have it for December. I definitely want to switch it up because I've been using Lois Germs and I know that there are so many better options out there. So if you have your ride or die journal that you would like to recommend, I would be happy to try out something a little bit different. Alright, those are all the pages that I ended up creating this month. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Thank you so much for all of your support on this channel. Again, I will link my Etsy shop down below if you want to check that out. Otherwise, I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will see you again very soon in another video. Bye!